Hey everyone, welcome to the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star. Today is Monday, September 19th, and because it's a Monday, it's time for What's Sold on eBay. Today we're going to do just like we always do and start with the plush. I do show you guys all of the plush that sell every week because they are my favorite. And this week we have a whole two. Golf club. I did pull out the highlights of our other items to show you, just to give you an idea of some of the brands that are still selling at higher dollar amounts as far as bread and butter items to pick up when you're out and about sourcing. Folks do not have a lot of discretionary income right now, so I am trying to list a lot of those bread and butter items that are more affordable for folks and put in a good mix of the higher end stuff, the more expensive stuff, just in case somebody has money. But what's selling is what people can afford. And sales are slow. They're slow for everyone. They're slow across the board. It is not just you. If you're watching this and you feel discouraged or you feel like I'm doing something wrong, you're not. It doesn't hurt to check because we can all fix something. I mean, I've been at this for 5 years. And Keith and I go through our old listings all the time and tweak keywords, tweak the titles, tweak the pictures, change the price. Up, not down, folks. Up. Don't race to the bottom. It never hurts to go back and, tweak them and update them a little bit and then delist if that's your thing. But what I'm trying to say is that sales are down for everybody. There's a few folks out there who said that sales have never been better and they're doing great. Good for them if that's true. But the majority of us that are being very transparent and honest, sales are down. We are selling about half of the volume that we were a year ago and about half of where we should be on eBay, which is why we love to crosspost, because the other platforms can pick up that slack. Now, things are still slow. Like if things were where they should be, we should be selling say 10 a day on eBay, and then the other platforms are bonuses. Well, now we're selling like 5 to 8 a day on eBay, and the other platforms put us where we should be. So it still makes up for it. It's still a good idea to cross-post. It's still a good idea to get as many eyeballs on your items, put them in front of as big of an audience as you can. And a lot of people that shop on eBay aren't going to be looking on Etsy. People who shop on Mercari aren't on Poshmark. So it's a whole different demographic. You're getting in front of all kinds of people. If you want to try List Perfectly to help you cross-post fast and efficiently and keep track of your inventory in such a way that keeps you from having those dreaded double sales and all of that, you can try it for 30% off your first month with code FLIPPINHIPPOS. And then you'll see your sales increase. I guarantee you, the minute you start cross-posting, you're more active, you have more listings out there in front of more people, you make more sales. Even when sales are bad, even when the economy's bad like it is right now for everybody, the more platforms you are on, the more people who are going to see your stuff, the more sales you are going to make. It's just a fact. Let's start with this Minnie Mouse. This is just your run-of-the-mill Disney Mouse, Minnie Mouse. She's nothing special. She is Disney, but she's one of those oversaturated red polka dot dress. She's cute. She came in a wholesale lot. Of course, I was going to list her. I think she was about $1. She sold for, I'm going to check my notes before I speak. She sold for $10.50. So, and then she shipped first class. She weighed like 10 ounces. So, a nice solid bread and butter sale. I like buying my Plush wholesale because I get these big boxes of them. And all in, you maybe 50 cents, $1 into each plush, but you had hundreds of them delivered directly to your door. You didn't have to go driving from store to store and spend time digging around for plush. You got a whole box of them. There's always a couple in there that are going to pay for the box, pay for the shipping and all of that, and then everything else is just icing on that cake. But if I saw her out in the wild, to be frank with you, unless she was 50 cents, I wouldn't mess around with her. She's just one of those, a lot of those characters are just so oversaturated. This Paddington Bear would have been worth more, but he's got some damage going on. So if you find the vintage Paddington Bears and they're in really good shape, I would say absolutely source them. This poor guy had damage to his hat. Try to find it. There it is. And coat, both have been cut, and there is a hole in his coat and it has no buttons. So like this poor Paddington has seen much better days. His coat looks ripped and torn. It should be closed together with buttons. His hat has a hole. I just closed all the damage and just listed him at $11.99 for which he sold, and he shipped first class. So those were our 2 special over-the-top plush sales this week, guys. I have to be funny when sales are slow, because if I can't be funny, I can't stay positive. The only way I can stay positive when things are bad, not just with reselling, life in general, I have to laugh in the face of adversity. Keep my sense of humor because it's what keeps me going. We're going to look at these Greg Norman golf pants. I believe these came out of a ThredUp box. So again, it's the whole, I don't know if I would source these out in the wild, but I mean, they sold for $20 on a best offer. $20. They shipped first class. I mean, if I found them for $1 or $2, maybe had I not received them in a ThredUp box and decided to list them, probably would have passed on them. So I do like getting those kinds of boxes where you get new to use stuff or you learn about stuff maybe you didn't realize could comp that high or sell for that much. Greg Norman is kind of a bottom of the, it's very low end bread and butter. I don't recommend picking up like the men's polo shirts. Those don't comp very well at all, and they're very slow to sell. Next up, we have Wrangler Premium Patch Jeans. These are women's jeans that I picked up half off at the Salvation Army for $5. I like Wrangler. It's a solid brand. These sold for $25 on a best offer. Wrangler will typically sell for the women's $20 to $30, and men's will sell $25 to $35. I try not to pay, more than a couple bucks for them. But these, I saw the premium patch, and I knew I could start them at $30, so I was willing to pay the $5. But as far as men's, I don't try to pay more than $2. But they do move quickly. So they sell for a lower end, on the lower end of the bread and butter, but they move quickly. I like the fast returns. J Brand picked these up for $5 on half off day. I love J Brand. These sold for $29.99. They did ship priority flat rate, as did the Wranglers. These were first class. Okay, next up we have Democracy Absolution jeans. These were on half off day. They were probably about $4 or $5, and they sold for $29.99. I love Democracy, but I love any jeans that are slimming or shaping. The Wanna Betta Butts, the But I Love Yous, the Democracy Absolution, and they have an ab technology. Not Your Daughter's jeans has some tummy tucks. There's several out there. I always grab those. Next up is a Madewell t-shirt. This sold for $17.99. I paid $1.49 for it because it was half off, but it was stuck in with just the t-shirts. So once in a while, I will go through the t-shirts just to see what's in there. If you can find the high-end jeans brands in t-shirts for like $1 or $2, snatch them up. Lucky Brand, Madewell, cut from the cloth. They all do super well. You guys can see that this is a plain gray. There is nothing special about this shirt. It is a plain gray crop top t-shirt. Like Hanes makes these that look exactly the same. They paid $17.99 for it because it's Madewell. Go figure. It shipped first class. Next up, we have a Columbia PFG Vinted fishing shirt. So we love flipping those vintage fishing shirts, especially the Columbia PFGs. But the ones that have things on them, patches or names of companies, those are hard sales, and we will usually pass on them. I don't even know how we ended up with this one because I don't feel like we would have sourced it. I'm pretty sure this came out of a wholesale lot. Because typically when I see the vintage shirts with these business names, they're local. I mean, there's not many people out there, I'm sure, looking for a Hendry real estate. I even typed in the title now that I look. Look, the shirt says Hendry. And I put Henry. Somebody probably just purchased this to have a shirt to go fishing in and didn't care what was written on it, because fishing shirts end up sometimes getting ruined, torn, ripped, stained, stinking, whatever. But They are a harder sell. Now, if they have like a sports team or like Florida Gators or something on it, those I'll pick up, and those can actually go for a little bit more. So when you're looking at like a local business or something no one would know about, a bowling league, pass. But if it's like a well-known sports team or college team, then I would get it. This shipped first class. Our cost was $2.49, or no, $1. We paid $2.49 for the plain ones at Salvation Army. But I'm pretty sure this came from a ThredUp, not a ThredUp, a wholesale box. So it sold for $17.99 and shipped first class. Someday, guys, I'll get my act together and I'll do a whole show without stumbling or stuttering or having to correct myself. As I always say, welcome to the amateur hour. I'm an expert. This is an expert YouTube. Okay, we're looking at Cabby jeans. I love this brand. I learned about them from Megan Mawhinney years ago. I don't find them that often in the wild. Honestly, usually when I find Cabby, it's in a ThredUp box. But these came out of Salvation Army, so I did pay $5 half off. And they are nice looking ones. They have the two smaller pockets up front. My grandma used to call these frog pockets. They got the nice flare leg. They sold for $29.99, and they shipped first class because they did not weigh more than 15.9 ounces. I always love when jeans ship first class. Saves you money, and every single penny on the bottom line counts, right? All right, and this is a remote. I just wanted to show you a lot of the remotes we sold this week were the bread and butter ones. But I try to show you guys the ones that are going to comp for $20 or more, because you don't have, the sources we have where we're paying 25 cents a pound, and we'll sell the $7 and $8 remotes right next to these guys. If you're buying them one-offs at garage sales and stuff, you're probably paying a quarter, maybe 50 cents, and sometimes $1 a piece. So you want to be a little more choosy. So I just try to show you guys these. And you guys can just kind of, remember the ones I show you. Or our store is public. You can go through our solds and even take screenshots of the ones that sell for $20 or more. Get the model number and what it looks like. And so you know what you're looking for. I'm not worried about you guys going out and finding these remotes. I don't think a million people are going to go out and find a million remotes this weekend at a garage sale. I don't mind sharing these with you, and there's plenty for everyone. That's a mentality I think a lot more resellers need to embrace, is there's plenty for all of us. There's room for all of us at the top. And if we would spend more time supporting, helping, and teaching one another than we do trying to compete and bring other people down, the reselling community would be a much better place. Be kind, everybody. There's room for all of us. And everyone is having slow sales. Everyone is struggling right now with reselling, but everybody has their own personal demons and struggles and things that they're going through. So, just be nice. Of course, there's some people out there who absolutely are assholes. You don't have to be nice to them, but you guys get what I'm saying. Hey, would you do me a favor and hit the thumbs up before you leave? It really helps our channel so much. If you haven't already and you'd like to, please subscribe. Help us feed a hungry hippo. And don't forget to hit the bell so you're notified when I put out new content. Also, join our Facebook group. Speaking of really nice people who want to help each other and support each other and lift each other up, my Facebook group by design has been built to be full of really nice, positive people in the community that are willing to help you, and there are no stupid questions, and you will never be made fun of. So join us over there for a really good time, drama-free, positive atmosphere. It's called Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod, and there is a link in the description box for you, or you can just search for us right on Facebook. And hey, go be productive. Go make some money. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Y'all are the best. Bye.